Hi, everyone. Hello, everybody. It is me. I am Sia Bryant, and I am here. I had a little extra time, a little free time. Why? Because Notarize slash proof is down. So I thought to myself, why don't I go live? We can talk about mm, proof as it's now known. We can talk about all things notary. We can talk about whatever you'd like to bring to the table that's related to my channel, which deals with kind of side hustle success. So I'd like to welcome you if you are here. But the number one topic we're going to get into is this outage from Notarize. So it is something. I'm going to talk about how I knew something was up before we got the emails, before we got the messages from Proof slash Notarize. And I knew something was up yesterday, maybe even 2 days ago. So if you're here, you can say hi in the chat. Hello, everyone. I see there's some folks here, but I don't know about you, but I got a little bit of free time since Notarize is down. And that is one of my evening activities, which is to kind of come here. This is bothering me, the glare is to get on to Notarize and do my nightly notaries, but I'm not able to do so right now because the system is down. Hey, Nessa, how are you? Nessa, are you a notary and are you on Notarize and are you also do you have a little bit of downtime as I do right now? So, what I want to do is I just want to talk a little bit about the outage. It is not something that we have experienced very often. So I want to give it to, I want to be fair to Proof slash Notarize. We do not, the system doesn't go down that often, but someone told me a few months ago, several months ago, that Notarize, it's amazing what it does because it's not just one system, but there are like 5 or 6 systems that have to all integrate and have to work together in order for the platform to run well. And so, I mean, there's that identification piece, which is what is down right now. My understanding is there were just so many different pieces. Um, there's the KBA, which is kind of like the identification piece. There's the platform itself. So there are lots of different moving pieces with Notarize. So here's how I knew something. Hello, Yolanda, Miss Yolanda. Here's how I knew something was going on. Something was amiss. I got an email from a good old friend of mine who shall remain nameless because they're very private. And it said, "Hey, is anything happening with Notarize?" We still say Notarize. We're old school. "Anything happening with Notarize? I'm having some lagging issues." And I'm having some signers who have been kicked off the system. So myself and my other friend, we said, no, I hadn't noticed anything. And then next thing you know, a little bit later on, my other friend got on and said, "Hey, actually, I have been noticing some things happening with Notarize." But we check the kind of the link to find out whether or not there is some type of if there was some status that said, "Hey, there was an outage." There was nothing. I too noticed that the system was kind of laggy, but okay, cool. I was able to kinda get my stuff going. I'm in the real estate queue and all of those queues, so, okay, everything was moving and grooving, that was fine. So, that happened, but then yesterday, I got a message that said, "Hey, Sia, you have a correction to do on a real estate transaction that you did the day before." So, number one, that was a little unusual, okay, but that's fine. So, out of 10,000 stamps that I've placed on the platform, I've had to do a handful of corrections, right? Right. So I knew how to do it. It's kind of a little tricky. You got to open up two windows. You got to do, but I'd done it before. Fine. And plus, they send instructions. Okay, cool. So I tried to go in. I tried to to change and correct the error. Or what it just would not allow me to do it. So I said, huh, I thought I was doing something wrong. Then, when I tried to make the correction, they plugged me into another notary, which is not supposed to happen. You're supposed to kind of log on both sides of the transaction. And the other notary, I said, "Hey, Miss Other Notary, I'm having trouble on the platform. I'm trying to make a correction and it did this." And she said, "I've been having trouble too." So that's one, two, three, four of us who've been having trouble on the platform in like 2 days. So I said, "Oh my goodness, I should have known. I should have known it was going to go down." Then today, I had a signer who was from Italy. And so she did not pass her KBA. Okay. I've had that happen before. People who have been from other countries, they have a connection to the US, but so it just didn't work out for her. So I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You've tried too many times. It's going to take a day before you can whatever." Then then I get this notification from Notarize saying that there is a problem with the ID verification plugin or platform or something. And they're like, "Yeah, we've identified the issue. We're working on it." So I'm like, Okay, now y'all are tapping into my notarization time." And then there was like another push out message that said, "Hey, we are working on the issue. Oh, we've identified what the problem is. A fix has been found, so they're rolling it out." Okay, cool. I'm patient. Okay. Then something comes up and says, "Well, the fix may or may not work. Some it's still hit and miss. We'll monitor the situation." So, okay. So in the meanwhile, so I'm trying to be hopeful. However, I don't know what the evening will bring. I don't tend to sit on the platform like all evening. So I will kind of give it a little bit more time and then I'll call it a night and hopefully um I have a couple of additional clients. So I wonder if that young lady who I had in Italy, I wonder if she really did fail the KBA or if it was an issue with her ID. And I don't know. We'll see. I hope I don't wanna get on the platform and then have a lot of trouble and have a lot of, "Oh, upload and upload again," and that sort of thing. That's no good. So hopefully they'll get this situation squared away sometime soon. Does anybody have any questions about Notarize? Anybody else in here on the platform? I've been on the platform for about, let's see, I've been a notary since 2018. So I've been on the platform, I want to say it was before the pandemic, but um and I love kind of the way it works and the way it fits into my life. So again, I don't say a lot of disparaging things about Notarize slash proof because I'm not trying to dry up the gravy train. However, this can be a very frustrating kind of circumstance, situation where sometimes you depend on a certain number of calls that you'll be able to receive. You kind of you also kind of depend on, here's what I'm going to do. This is the target. Here's the amount that I am going to make this. If you are depending on that amount this evening, you're going to be disappointed, to say the least, maybe in some trouble if you had to really depend on that. that cash flow. But I know that the proof people are not doing this on purpose. I'm sure they're doing everything they can to get the systems up because I'm sure they don't want their money to be messed with either. So, but this is the first time I think the last time Notarize went down, as far as I know, like kind of system wide. I did a live then too, and I think I don't think it was at least a year ago. So it's been quite some time. I like to give proof the benefit of the doubt. I think it is they do a good job overall. However, it's frustrating when the system does go down. So, okay, I see that we have a notary who hasn't used the platform since it's become proof. It's interesting because I had a person who commented on one of my videos that said, "Hey, since it's become proof, the platform has gone to bleep." I won't tell you exactly what they said, but they were displeased with what's been going on with the platform. I can't tell that big of a difference. I really can't. So, I don't say, "Hey, things are much better since it's become proof," or much worse since it's become proof. Now, I have heard some notaries tell me that they have more trouble with ID verification. And one thing that I'm wondering is whether or not it's that person's particular state. But I can't say that I've seen that big of a difference since Notarize has become proof. And it's interesting because I wonder, and since they closed the Facebook group a while back, we don't really have kind of a place for us to kind of have a lot of conversations and help each other out really when it comes to crowdsourcing our knowledge about the platform and what's happening and what and such. So that was a little disappointing, but I understand it probably is a lot to keep up with the Facebook group and also to kind of be aware that sometimes people come in and they say things that are not true in the Facebook group, and then you can't like pull it back, and then there's a back and forth, and it can be a lot. So I understand why it became a lot to manage, but I do miss that connection with other notaries who are on the notarized platform. In fact, if you are on the Notarize or Proof, now we're called Proof, the platform, and you would like to have some type of group or gathering or connection, comment below and let me know if that's something you might be interested in. If you're watching the preview, let me know if that's something you might be interested in. And that maybe that's something we can do. We can kind of have some type of virtual meetup every so often so that we can kind of chat about now unofficially, because I am not an employee. I like to say this and I like to make it loud and proud. I am not an employee of the platform. Um, Per se, just a contractor, just a notary who is contracted. So, India, if that is something that's interesting to you, then that would be wonderful to see if other people want to kind of get together. I even thought about maybe going live every so often to talk about not just the notarized platform, but to answer any questions and to chat about other things that are happening in the notary world. Not just Ron, which is on and popping, but also the mobile notary world as well. I don't do in-person signings, real estate signings anymore. I've been there, done that. I only do real estate transactions online now. So I can speak to that. But if you're interested in kind of people gathering together, putting our heads together, talking about the state of things, I think that would be great. Now, I want to check to see whether or not Notarize/proof is back up now. I'm going to check on my other screen and refresh and see what it says. Come on, no whammies. Oh, nope. Here's what it says. It says our credential analysis provider is currently Oh, sorry. See, this is what I get for not paying close attention, India. Um, yes, real estate closings can be done on proof once you get to, I guess it's called the gold level. So that's we'll talk about that a little bit later. But let me tell you what they're saying now in terms of what's happening. Um, Our credit analysis provider is currently experiencing an outage. Signers of transactions that require validation of government issued IDs, which is most transactions, notarizations and proof transactions set to require IAL2 verification will see scanning failures until the outage is resolved. Updates on the status of this issue can be found at status.proof.com, and I'll go to status.proof.com. Oh, I thought I was on Zoom. I can't really share my screen, I don't think. No. But it still says, okay, there are 3 updates there, okay? So at 4:18, identify the issue. The issue has been identified and a fix is being implemented. Then at 5:52, no, at 4:52, so 45 minutes later, it says monitoring. Vendor has rolled out an update and IDs have begun to pass again. So yay, we were like, "Whoo, whoo, that was a close one." However, here's the last update. Update. Vendor solution continues to show mixed results. Error rates are lower but persistent. We continue to monitor the situation. And that was at 6:01 Eastern time. Right now, as I'm speaking with you, it is 6:42 p.m. Eastern time in the year of our Lord, 2023, October 24th. So there you are. It does not look like the system has been fixed. I've got my screen up though, and I've heard a couple of calls come through. So I don't know, and I'm scared to pick up because if we pick up and then the person can't scan their ID, it's a whole frustrating thing. It's like a whole lot. So I'm going to leave it at this because you know it, the bottom line, the credential analysis provider has an outage, which means that people are not able to sign documents on proof slash notarize. So, and this has been going on for the last couple of hours now, at least. So, I don't know what to say about that. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll send good wishes and good vibes into the universe. And hopefully the system will be up and playing nice again soon. The only other thing that we talked about was, should we get together? Should we sit and should we kind of have conversations about what's going on in the notary world, in the notary streets, as some people might say? So, if so, comment below. Let me know if it's something of interest. Now, if not, I'll just go ahead and keep notarizing once the system's back up. So, all right, everybody. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, somebody is in here in the room. Yeah. Oh, okay. Somebody in here is in the room who I earlier talked about first opened my eyes to a potential issue. And I should have known when this person told me that there was an issue. I should have known because I have that person has never steered me. Is that the right word? Steered doesn't sound right. This person has never led me astray, right? So, India asks a great question. Would it make sense to have more than one RON platform? And the answer is yes, India, it would. However, here's the thing, I have not found another platform that will feed you clients consistently as much as Notarize has. So I've become Notarize dependent. I've even signed up for other platforms, but just not really use them. So when I had that woman from Italy who couldn't pass the credentialing, and sometimes that happens, people from other countries, I thought, okay, I have another platform, and I looked and I hadn't really finished signing up for it. So because that platform uses biometrics or something, I don't know. I don't even know how it works. Maybe that's why I have stayed away from it. But that other platform, sometimes I know people can get verified when they cannot be verified through Notarize. So sure, it's a good idea to have more than one platform in there, but you talking, that's too much like right, as they would say, as the old folks would say. So it has been a hot mess. I hope that the system is back up soon. I'm going to check over here. Oh, my phone, it's ringing. But again, I'm scared to pick up because if I pick up and the person can't get their ID scanned, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be very sad. So all right, folks, I think that's it. I don't know what else I can say. I just might be like actually sitting back and watching TV or like a regular person instead of um instead of just kind of being here and being here taking calls. So now I would say before I close out, someone has mentioned to be cautious of different platforms. I do agree with that as well. Notarize, now known as Proof, is tried and true. And we have had here, I'm in Virginia. In Virginia, we've had remote online notarization since 2013. Most people don't know that. And so Notarize has been out for a long time. When the real estate market was hot, when it was jumping, okay. Um, when when the notarizations were out and jumping, a lot of people tried to hop on the bandwagon and say, okay, well, I can do that. I can build a platform. Some people were engineers, some people were just ambitious. And so what they did was they tried to go ahead and they build platforms, and then the platforms, just some of them are still around, but some of them I just cannot compete with Notarize. So I have to echo what Michelle James says in terms of being cautious of different platforms. And I also say that I am having notary withdrawal. That is so true. That is so true. So hopefully, and I see, like I said, I have my other screen going over here. I see calls popping in. So maybe that means that the system is working again, but I don't know. So, all right, folks. That's it. Um, that's it. I agree as well. We do complain about Notarize and like, oh, what's going on with Notarize? But that KBA system, and it's like the granddaddy of them all. Um, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I've seen a lot more calls kind of flashing on my screen, so I might give it a shot and see whether or not I can get back on. Um, if you are a friend of mine and you want to email me later on, let me know whether or not you're able to get on the system. You can do so as well. So, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I mean, I don't know what else can say, I got you, queen. Um, I don't know what else can be said, but I hope the system's back up soon. Reach out to me, drop me a message in the chat or in the comments if you are interested in kind of getting together on some regular, semi-regular basis just to chat about all things notary. Okay. All right, everybody, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. If you know friends, you know people who are on Notarize and they might find this interesting or noteworthy, send them the video, send them the channel. Okay. All right. Until next time, happy signing if you can log in. Bye.